Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am doing another really simple page in my traveler's notebook. Again, I'm using a sketch from the Studio Calico Summer of Sketches class. This one also has a full page photo, which I have just gone ahead and printed out on some Canon matte photo paper. I'm going to adhere that onto the left-hand side, and then I'm going to get started on the right-hand side of the page. Today I have decided to pull out one of my favorite collections, which was All Heart from Crepe Paper. This is the last page in this notebook, so I'm going to add some big foam thickers. I'm going to add some chipboard. I'm not really worried about bulk at this point. This notebook is already super bulky, but this is the last page. I don't have to do anything kind of after this, so I'm not worried about bulk at all. I'm just going to go ahead and add as many bits and pieces as I wanted to. I do end up deviating a little bit from the sketch. I re-sketched this page for myself just to kind of align it with what I wanted to add onto the page, but as I'm adding these stickers, they're a whole lot bigger than the actual title that I had put into my little hand-drawn sketch. So I'm going to change things up just a little bit. The original sketch has kind of called for a very small title on the right-hand side, right-hand edge of the page like this, but I'm going to change things up and add my title into kind of the middle of the page. It's still going to be vertically, well, it looks horizontal, it's still going to be vertical like that, but it's just going to be in the middle of the page rather than on the right-hand side. So to kind of ground this page a little bit, it's a very dark photo on the left, and then I've got this very white page on the right. I do want to add a little bit of pattern paper onto the right-hand edge. I'm just going to create a border. I think the original sketch just had kind of one pattern paper down the edge, but I don't have any of the All Heart papers left at the 12 by 12 size, or a size that's large enough to do my page, which is 8 1/4. So I'm going to combine a few of these little pattern papers and just kind of make my own strip. I end up liking that. It kind of gives me a bit more of a chance to add some color and a little bit of pattern. I am trying to stick to the colors in the photo, which is definitely on the blues and pink side of the thing. So I'm trying not to add too much in the way of additional colors. There are going to be a few little pops in there. I'm going to use a lot of black, and there's a little bit of kind of green that ends up in there as well, but not a whole lot. Predominantly it's going to be blue and pink. So I've added a tiny little bit of adhesive down to the edge, and I've really just eyeballed all of these. They're not particularly straight or measured. I'm just going to kind of stick them in here using up some of the pattern strips. They're all roughly the same size, so I think I eyeballed it pretty well. And then just to give this page a little bit of texture, I'm going to run that through my sewing machine. The sewing machine was threaded with black thread, so that wasn't necessarily a design choice, but I decided to leave it in there. I know that there's some stamps here that I want to use, and I could possibly stamp them in black. It's really just the black's gonna end up in the page in little bits and pieces anyway, so I thought the black thread worked kind of nicely. Now I'm going to start by looking through a few of these chipboard pieces. You can see I haven't used a whole lot in the way of the chipboard. I really struggle with this super thick chipboard, apart from trying to get the little pieces out. It just doesn't necessarily work for me in terms of traveler's notebooks or even Project Life. And so I'm going to end up doing what I normally do, which is peeling off some of the backing of the chipboard. Makes it a little bit thinner. I know I said I wasn't worried about bulk, but I mean, there comes a limit. This chipboard's like 1/4 of an inch thick, so I'm gonna just peel it back a little bit, but it also means that I can kind of play around with it until I've decided where everything is gonna sit. I've got my thickers just sitting on my ruler guide until I work out where exactly I want to put them. I'm basically going to create this vertical stripe on this right-hand side down the middle of the right-hand page, just filled with kind of icons. My title, obviously. I am going to add a little bit of journaling to this page, but that's going to sit on the left-hand side, so this page is really all for fun. So I'm going to adhere my title down. I kind of was getting a little bit over overthinking where it was going to go and what else I was going to put it in, I decided the best way to work for this page was to stick my title down and then work around it. So I'm going to start stamping and adding stickers around the title and kind of try to balance things out as I go. Now, I know I said I was going to stick to like black stamping, but I immediately decided there was going to be too much black. I wanted to add a little bit of color, so I have grabbed out, I'm going to use two Distress Oxide inks. I've got Faded Jeans, and I'm going to use Picked Raspberry as well, just to kind of get that blue and pink theme going a little bit. This was a stamp set I've never really used a lot of it, so I'm going to use a few in here. And some of the icons I'm choosing kind of based off the story of the day, but some of them are there purely just for fun because I had a fun time. I want the page to be fun as well. So I've kind of worked out that these chipboard pieces are going to be some of the kind of larger elements on here. So I'm just going to adhere them down. I do that with a bit of liquid glue because the sort of the chipboard part of those chipboard stickers is quite rough, so like tape runner doesn't really work. I'm just using some smart glue from scrapbook.com. I'm going to fill in a couple of these extra bigger sort of spaces with some puffy stickers. Again, I'm not worried about bulk, but I did really love that kind of silver sparkly chipboard star that I added in. I wanted to add a little bit more kind of silver sparkle, hence the name of the page, but I don't have any more of those chipboard stickers left, so I added some of the kind of holographic clear stickers, and then I'm filling in some of the smaller gaps with some of those smaller stamps. And that's really that right hand page all done. All I've got left to do is add in my journaling. I'm just going to add it as one typed block rather than little strips. It kind of just makes a bit more sense to this bitsy page. And that's all done. I kind of really love how that middle element stripe works. It's busy, but not overly busy because of the white background, and it kind of balances out that darker photo on the left. Hey, thanks for watching today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you want to keep watching, there are a couple more videos on screen. Otherwise, I'll see you again really soon. Bye!